The latest shocking move by Bold and Beautiful's Thomas Forrester left us wondering what kind of story, exactly, the daytime drama has set up for the beleaguered character, and more to the point, whether it might be designed to send him off the canvas. Thomas has once again slid down a slippery slope of his own creation into a pit of conflict with his loved ones. He was seemingly reformed after the surgery to repair a hematoma on his brain, though it was left to the viewer to decide if the medical condition was responsible for his disturbing and dangerous behavior prior to its discovery. Thomas got back in the good graces with everyone except Brooke, who refused to believe he had changed and remained suspicious. Brooke, of course, ended up being targeted by Thomas in a diabolical plot to end her marriage to his father Ridge and reunite his parents, while the deceptive call he made to CPS was a fairly mild transgression by Bold and Beautiful standards. An aggravating factor was that he involved his son Douglas by urging him to cover up the wrongdoing when he uncovered his dad's machinations. Not a good look. Douglas, who had progressed to living with his father in the Forrester mansion, was yanked back to the cabin where he previously resided with Hope, Liam, and Beth, which was probably for the best given the way he had been giving Thomas the hairy eyeball at the non-wedding where the sordid truth was revealed. In the aftermath, Thomas was booted from Forrester Creations and left the Forrester mansion. Shacked up in Paris's apartment, he kept designing until a poor review on the Hope for the Future line gave him an opening to lobby for a return to work. This week, we saw that his bid to re-team with Hope was not only denied by his sister Steffi, the co-CEO, but by the object of his ongoing obsession, Hope herself, who informed him they were done. The rather final tone of her message seemed to propel Thomas to his next gambit, which was to serve her with notice of a legal challenge regarding Douglas. As in, the boy can choose who he wants to live with, and the decision will be legally binding. The other party loses custody. Given how Douglas feels about his father, and the implications of the CPS call, this seems a curious move, and we can't help but wonder if Thomas is being set up, by the writers, to lose it all. If Thomas's gamble is unsuccessful and Douglas decides he wants to live with Hope and Liam, he'll have lost his home, job, family, and his son. Where will that leave him? Perhaps packing his bags for parts unknown. Typically, when a Forrester family member exits, it's to Forrester International in Paris, where poor old Rick and Thorne remain stashed. But in Thomas's case, that likely isn't an option. There's always the chance that Thomas will stay in Los Angeles, and maybe even start up his own competing fashion house, as some fans fervently hope. But we're leery that what we're seeing right now is paving the way for Thomas's exit from the canvas. What do you think? Has Thomas been painted into a corner with his latest exploits? Or is there still a story for him in Los Angeles? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.